Yeah. Lil GR. Yeah. Lil Word rolling in the GR86. Red paint popping like a flame in the mix. Tie spinning up when the beat kicks in. Channel so bold it could shake your screen. True crown queen with the turbo heart. Story telling fire like a work of art. Hit that live button. Watch the sparks ignite when Lyric shows up. It's a whole new night. Lil GR86. Yeah, she flying down the lane. Engine roaring like the story's running wild in the brain. Hit the gas, hit the lights, let the whole world see. This is Lil Word, baby, and she's running full speed. Yeah, and she's running full speed. Yeah. From room 313 to the courtroom floor, she breaks down mysteries you can't ignore. Both thumbnails, neon glow. When Lil Doe goes live, everybody wants more. Pedal to the metal with the truth she brings. Justice in her voice when the live stream sings. GR86 with the custom shine. Lil Jer's channel, one of a kind. Lil GR86, yeah, she flying down the lane. Engine roaring like the story's running wild in the brain. Hit the gas, hit the lights, let the whole world see. This is Lil Word, baby, and she's running full speed. Buckle up, turn the volume up, and don't blink, cause Lil is about to take you for a ride. Lil GR86, she's the queen of the scene. True crime stories with the supernatural sheen. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, come ride with me. Lil GR86, where the mystery meets speed.
She just seems like she's lost, like she's scared, she just seems that she wants out. That's what I see, that she wants to be loved so bad, but she's scared because she doesn't know. The only love that she really knows, like she loves Disney. So she thinks that that's how love is. I mean, I could totally see that in these videos. That she just looks like a scared little girl. That is trying to figure out life on her own because she doesn't have a solid back support system to help her navigate what reality is. I've worked with mentally handicapped people in the past, like for 4 or 5 years. So I saw her as that, like one of them that doesn't have the mental capability as a normal person. I just felt extremely sad for her because she obviously is not very well. She doesn't know how to grasp reality. It does not seem like she knows how to grasp reality. And it really, really felt like she is so desperate just to be loved. And that's what she wants. She wants her own fairy tale. And the happily ever after that she would read about or watch. So I just felt extremely sad because that is not a well person. She is definitely not well. And how would anybody even be that way unless they're shown somehow to be that way? If she started finding out that her daughter was doing these certain things, why didn't she go and talk to a counselor? Why didn't she try to get help? Like, hey, my daughter's doing this, and I didn't know this was happening this whole time. Why didn't she try to get her help? Why didn't she reach out to get help? Why didn't she let her father be more part of her relationship? If I was the mom and I found out my son was doing these things and hiding these things, I would totally be going to therapy, like right off the bat, because that's not right. Dee Dee is the adult. Why isn't she not getting help for herself? If her daughter is doing these things, if her daughter is that bad, why isn't Dee Dee getting help? Why isn't she reaching out to her family members? I was thinking, I'm like, well, if her mom was really keeping her from basically growing up, um, was she really wanting her to stay young? So she is doing whatever she can to keep her on this ride of fun adventures. So she is a very resourceful person. And I think she was like a, what is that word? What's that word I'm looking for? A hustler. She was a hustler on getting what she needed to survive, for her and her daughter to survive. I know that you could do as much as you can for your child. You could love them as hard as you can and want the best life for them as you know you can, but it doesn't guarantee that your child is going to acknowledge that and see it in the same light as you have, how their childhood went. So Dee Dee was trying to give her child the best life as she could with the resources that she had, because what I thought was, because she didn't know how long she was going to have her child. So she did whatever she could to be the best mom she thought she could be. Unless she's doing this late at night, but how the house was set up, Dee Dee could hear Gypsy talk, unless she was a very, very sound sleeper. Just because I'm thinking about where her room was and where Gypsy's room was and where the room that was basically the homeschool room was, you're going to hear her making these videos. There's no way, because I know in my little house, which was a 2-bedroom, you could hear everything in there. So if my son's on the computer playing video games, I am going to hear every single thing he is talking about. So that's where I'm like, when is she making these videos? So yeah, a lot of things were not adding up at all. I just feel very sad for the situation because, yeah, where is the monster? Who is the monster? It's like, why did Gypsy even start being this way? To have that mentality of, oh, well, I need to keep this up so I get all the attention. Where did that come from? Other than her mom, instilling that, that's the only way that good things will happen for you, is if you be this way. So yeah, where is this monster? Where did it start? After that documentary came out, everybody would come out from who knows where just to go see the house. And so we had people just drive. I mean, there's kids playing in the neighborhood and people would just be like flying down and just to see the house, take pictures with it. And it was insane. We had to have a patrol car for a while, just to make sure that our houses were being left alone because of all these travelers to come see the house. It was crazy. Basically a daily thing. Yeah, we had somebody patrolling our neighborhood, especially at night, because there was way too many people that were just coming to go see the house. No, I just didn't want to be part of it. It just felt like a lot of people just wanted to, like, oh yeah, I knew them. So let me tell my story, and I'm just like, no, I'm just sitting back and watching it all unfold. But yeah, a lot of it just didn't make sense, and it still doesn't make sense to me. So the reason why I agree to it now, because even though I haven't been following it close hand, I know from personal experience what I saw in them, and I just felt like it was the right time because this is the way I knew them. This is what I saw of them, and so all this other stuff just nothing makes sense. Everything that's out does not make sense. They were both not well in the head. Could say that. I'm happy that she, I guess, feels like she finally has a life. Like, it's very sad that she had to do all of that just to feel like she was a person, be able to grow up or whatever. But what is it that started this snowball effect? It's like, how? How does that happen? You know, where in the development process did they get stunted, and how does that happen? Because he was, yeah, 10 years old, but he was 24. You know, it's like, how? Like, when did it just stop? So I thought that about her. It's like there has to be somewhere in her life that it just stopped for her. And yeah, so reality is not reality to her, and everything is a storybook. And she's her own main character in her own story, and everybody else are extras. Yeah, I never saw her out of her chair, ever, 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 ever. I can't imagine what this mother is going through because of always having to be at the hospital and all these doctor appointments because of her daughter, not knowing how long her daughter will live because of whatever medical issue she's going through. So it seemed like Dee Dee was always trying to stay positive all the time. And I was always thinking about that day that Gypsy passes away. You know, what's Dee Dee going to do with her life? Because that's her whole entire life has been to take care of her child by herself. And as far as I knew, Gypsy's dad was not involved in their life. So for Dee Dee to lose Gypsy one day, I've thought about it many, many times when she was so sickly looking. When Gypsy was so sickly looking, and I'm just like, oh, it's going to happen any day, anytime now. What is Dee Dee going to do after this? I mean, that's so sad. She looked very depressed. She just, something was up. Obviously, something was up. And I was taking a walk, and she did not realize that I was there. But because I startled her when I said, "Hey, Gypsy, are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, yes, honey. Honey, I'm fine. Yeah, everything's fine." And then she turned around and wheeled back up and went to her house, inside her house. And yeah, I mean, it was very strange. But my son, who I don't even remember how old he was at the time. He was young. He was probably 11 or 12. But he even was like, "Mom, is everything okay with it?" I'm like, "I think so." I remember knocking on their door for some reason I don't remember, and Dee Dee barely cracked it open and had her robe on, but it was like maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I just can't. I'm sick today, and come back another day." But it was weird because I heard a bunch of yelling outside, so I think that's the reason. I just know that I went there. I was on my way there, and I heard a bunch of yelling, and so it just didn't make sense. Like, okay, so now you're acting like you just woke up, but I just heard stuff. And I can't remember the reason why I was headed to her house. I just remember I was headed to her house and I needed to ask her a question. And she acted like she just woke up. So, like, Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lots of weight. She looked just very frail. And she, in her face, it just looked hollow sometimes. Like her eyes were just, it was her eyes. A lot of had to do with her eyes. Like something just, she looked sad. She looked very sad. And it was towards the end of all of this going on when the event happened, is like something was, she was hiding something. But I don't, you can't tell. You can't just judge. Oh, yes. Sometimes just take her in doses. Like when sometimes you just can't be around somebody that's just so incredibly just that way all the time. It's like, come down a level. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it did seem fake. But again, I'm not going to question somebody's personality if that's how they are all the time and it doesn't look like anything is wrong. But instincts, yeah, it seemed kind of fake. There was times that she would say that she just wants to hold on to her little girl as long as she can. So when that day may come that she can't fight the fight anymore, then at least she had a good life. So it seemed like a regular mother caring for her sick daughter, a single mother caring for her sick daughter, making the best life that she could for her little girl, since she's sick. I think it was 2 months before everything happened. I did see Gypsy outside, and um, she looked very depressed. She just, something was up. Obviously, something was up, and I was taking a walk, and she did not realize that I was there. But because I startled her when I said, "Hey, Gypsy, are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, yes, honey, I'm fine. Yeah, everything's fine." And then she turned around and wheeled back up and went to her house, inside her house. And yeah, it was very strange. But my son, who I don't even remember how old he was at the time, he was young. He was probably 11 or 12. He's 26 now. But he even's like, "Mom, is everything okay with it?" I'm like, "I think so." I remember knocking on their door for some reason I don't remember, and Dee Dee barely cracked it open and had her robe on, but it was like maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I just can't. I'm sick today, and come back another day." But it was weird because I heard a bunch of yelling outside, so I think that's the reason. I just know that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, lots of weight. She looked just very frail, and she in her face it just looked hollow sometimes.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Gray. I believe that will be all. It's a pleasure. Anastasia Steele to see Mr. Gray. Hello, Mr. Gray. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am actually, my name is Anastasia Steele. I know you were supposed to be meeting up with Miss Kavanaugh, but she has taken ill, so I will be filling in for her. Would you mind if I would ask you a few questions for our school paper? Thank you. She's written down a few questions for me to ask you. So, as the main benefactor to our college, and head of Gray Enterprises, you are quite the successful man. To what do you owe your I'm sure a man like you controls many staff. I've seen in the lobby, you must have had about 12 different blondes. You must have a thing for blondes, Mr. Gray? So you're a control freak then? There's not really much to know about me. I'm just trying to get through my final exams. Then hope to graduate and move in an apartment of my own. It's a very good offer, sir, but I don't think I'd fit in here. Look at me. Well, I think that'll be all. Thank you for your time, Mr. Gray. Christian. Well, it's a pleasure. Christian.
He's eating a brownie. But later he will be eating me.
That was messed up.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw. Some nights I wish that my legs could build a castle. Some nights I wish they just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your ghost. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. What do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know anymore. This is it, boy. This is war. What are we waiting for? Why don't we break the walls already? I was never one to believe that time. See that for the back you want to try. Twice as hard. It's not good. Come against the jack myself. That's alright. I'm harder in my bed tonight. Stops my bones from wandering. Just why, well, sometimes I wish that this would end. Cause I could use some friends for a change. And some nights I'm scared you'll forget me again. And sometimes I always realize when I still wake up, I still see your ghost. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. What do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know. Wash my hands and out for this. I miss my mom and dad for this. You know, when I see stars, that's all they are. When I hear songs, they sound like this one's a cover.
and I'm happy, and I love and adore you so much. And I promise you I will do my very best and live up to the vision that you and Nick have of me. And in that vision, I am a full woman, and that means being obedient and willing to do whatever you tell me to, and I am willing to do that. I will obey your every command, and I will do anything you ask of me without a question. Part of being that woman that both of you want me to be is being the seductress mother. And I think that I can do that, and I can live by the vampire ways. Hi, my love. I wanted to show you something special, something that I haven't showed you before, mainly because I was scared to and I didn't really know how to. So, anyway, this is what I want to show you. I hope you like my dress. But I don't think it's the dress that you're probably excited about right now. So, it's finally nice to show you after all this time. I'm sorry to keep it a secret from you for so long, but it's not just you that I'm keeping it a secret from. It's sort of like everybody who knows me. I don't even know how I got started. When I was 6 years old, I went into the hospital for like 6 months, and the doctors told me that I had a seizure in surgery, and I wouldn't be able to walk, that I was paralyzed permanently. And that part, like the part that I had a seizure, was true. In surgery, I had the seizure and I was paralyzed, but what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis and not permanent. And by the time I started to get my feeling back in my legs, and I hadn't tried to walk then, but I was too young and I just kept to myself. And throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much as she does if I couldn't walk. You know, I didn't want to make her sad or lose any love from her. I guess that's the reason why I kept it a secret from her. And so I just kept it to myself for a long time until 2011, whenever I sort of started rebelling as a teenager and ran away from home. Literally ran away from home and stumbled. Before I ran away, I started trying to walk as much as I could. And I just got enough strength to be able to leave home. Unfortunately, it was the wrong person. And so Mom's kind of in denial in a way. I don't really know, because I guess it would be too hard to explain to all our friends and everything. And one thing I never want to go is like a liar. And believe me, I would like for people to explain to all our friends and everything. And one thing I never want to go is like a liar. And believe me, I would like for people to know the truth, but being as it is, I would lose a lot of friends, I think. And I just don't want anybody to hate me. And they would. And so you're the only person that knows besides me and that one other guy, which he's not in my life anymore, so, and we're not even friends anymore, so he doesn't count. So right now here